Welcome to today's feature. You are with me, Mosmi. A seismic shift is underway in global trade, and Africa is at its financial frontier. More and more African nations are moving away from the US dollar, and China rolls out a powerful new plan that could rewrite the rules of global commerce. Yes, you have heard that right. China's global payment push can be seen today. At the heart of China's strategy lies its cross-border interbank payment system, or what we can call CIPS. Designed as an alternative to the US dominated SWIFT network, this system is rapidly gaining ground across Africa. Recently, six major African institutions, including Pan African banks and key players from South Africa, joined as direct participants in CIPS. This move enables faster, cheaper, and more autonomously yuan-based transactions, cutting the US dollar out of the equation entirely. This isn't just technical innovation, it's a strategic move by China to internationalize the yuan and weaken the grip of the US dollar on global trade. Now, Africa builds its own path. It can be seen now. But the story isn't only about China. Africa itself is building independent financial infrastructure. The Pan African Payment and Settlement System, or PAPS, launched in 2022, now enables real time cross border payments using local African currencies where no dollars required. This shift is significant. Previously, nearly 80% of intra African trade was routed through foreign currencies, mainly the US dollar, making it expensive and slow. With PAPS, transaction costs have plummeted from up to 30% to under 1%, saving the continent billions annually. At the same time, the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, is pushing to unify regional economies, and support for local currency based trade is growing stronger by the day. We can see the ground level changes driving the shift. On the streets of Lagos, Nairobi, and Johannesburg, change is happening. Not because of policy, because of necessity. In Nigeria, for example, traders are bypassing official channels and using direct yuan exchanges or even cryptocurrencies to keep their businesses running. One local trader summed it up: if I must pay in dollars, I can only afford half a shipment. Yes, this isn't just about trade, it's survival. As dollar shortages bite, Africa is adapting, innovating, and slowly untangling itself from dollar dependency. And the bigger picture is dollar in decline? These moves are part of a larger global trend, declining trust in the US dollar. Years of US fiscal overreach, sanctions, and geopolitical tensions have sparked a global rethink. From Asia to the Middle East and now Africa, nations are looking to de-dollarize. And while the dollar is far from dead, it's no longer the only game in town. China's yuan is being positioned as a legitimate challenger, especially in South-South trade. Together, Africa's internal systems and China's external reach are combining to chip away at the dollar's supremacy. What began as scattered efforts is now coalescing into a broader movement. Africa stands at a historic crossroads between the declining dominance of the US dollar and the strategic rise of alternative systems like the UN and PAPS. So here are some questions to consider. Will the Chinese yuan soon become the primary currency for China-Africa trade? Can Africa's own payment system achieve true financial independence? Or will they simply replace one form of dependency with another? Is the world heading toward a fragmented, regionalized monetary order? Or could a new global financial architecture emerge that's multipolar and more equitable? The answers to these questions will define the future not just for Africa, but for the global economy. For more updates and insights, keep watching The Global Eye.